Hogan.
So the reason why I want to talk about this, I made a post, and people don't understand nuance. I get it; they want to react off emotion. Two things can be true about somebody, right? We know we heard the tapes that he did not want his children to date black people. We've heard him use the N word. We
Oh,
know
really?
about
His
the TMZ
daughter?
stuff, his daughter, whoever, right? But what's also true is there's no WWE without that dude.
Yeah,
So the only point I was trying to make is you can't ignore the impact. If you want to call him a POS, that's fine. I agree with you. But you cannot ignore the impact. I haven't watched wrestling in years, but I know for a fact there is no WWE without him.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
all I was trying to say.
It's it's also the same thing with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Not that Stone Cold said anything remotely close to what Hogan said, but I know certain people feel a certain type of way about Stone Cold, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, still a phenomenal wrestler, and if it come out that he felt some type of way about black people, or he felt some type of way about certain groups of people, I'm like, yeah, that's terrible. But I'm still going to respect the what he did for wrestling and the Attitude Era. And it's just one of those things. Like, I'm not trying to say I'm giving Hogan a pass on anything. I just don't. Honestly, for me, I just didn't care. And I know why some people felt some type of way, but it's like, well, he said it, and then it seems like people just found out about it, honestly. Like, and it's like, why are y'all still mad about this? He said this almost, it was, what was it? I forget how long it was. But whenever he said it though, it was almost like 5 or 7 years ago. And it's like, why are y'all really mad about this though? Like, that whole situation was already weird to begin with. And I don't know if you know the full story, MC, though, but apparently he was being set up. He was plowing some other guy's wife, which again, hey,
Yeah,
y'all
they sent
cannot
it to
be.
TMZ for a check.
Yeah, yeah. You can't be doing this. Like, plowing another man's wife got you set up, and almost bankrupted him, but he did an Uno reverse, and he bankrupted the company that leaked the audio and the video of what happened that night though. So, which was Gawker LLC or whatever it was, but he bankrupted them and got a big bag out of it. But ultimately, going back to Hogan though, it's like people just want to be upset with somebody just because that person passed away though. Again, for me, I don't care. I do respect what he did. I played when he went to WCW, I played the N64 games, I played all the wrestling games, and he still has one of the best intros as well too. So people want to be mad at me, so be it, but I ain't about to let you motherfuckers tell me. Most of you motherfuckers voted for Kamala, so I really ain't gonna listen to you.
I'm going to quote Andrew Wilson from the Whatever podcast. I'm not getting my morality for somebody that thinks deleting an unborn child is moral. I'm not trying to hear your morality if that show stands on anything. I'm
Yeah,
just not. That being said, I have no feelings about this Hulk Hogan thing. Like I said, both things are true. He was
yeah.
off wrestling and he was a POS. Both things can be true, and that's the case here.
Well, what's funny about all this? People can make the distinction with R. Kelly. Like, they know what R. Kelly's been accused of and what he was convicted of. People still listen to R. Kelly. They're like, well, I
Still
can
do.
separate I can separate the artist from the pedophile, the PDF file. Like, what? you can you can just turn that off, apparently. So I think it's kind of interesting people can do that. People still got smoke for Bill Cosby. Honestly, I think Bill Cosby is innocent. I think they were all complicit. I think they all were like, wanting to do crazy stuff though, but people still hold that against Bill Cosby. And I'm like, man, that's just craziness. That's just crazy nonsense. But people pick and choose when they want to, like, step on somebody. But hey, don't get mad when people start talking ish about I can't or George Floyd. Like, people lose their mind when people start talking about George Floyd. So it just told me y'all didn't have no respect for anybody. Y'all talk about anyone, honestly.
Yeah, and here's the thing, man. If somebody makes a bold statement, I don't attach emotion to it. Like Candace Owens has said multiple times since she's talking about George Floyd that what really ended him was essentially he had stuff in his system,
Yeah.
and that there's footage of him saying when he was in the car earlier that he couldn't breathe. I'm not going to emotionally react to that. What I'm going to do is go investigate it and see if it's actually true or not. I can attach myself to a statement that somebody, I can't let another person be responsible for my feelings ever. I grew up like that and it's chaotic and it's a mess. So if you're gonna
Facts.
get pissed at me because I don't hate the same things you hate or I don't react the same way you react, I say good riddance. I don't need you in my life anyway. I'll do the research, I'll determine if it's true or false, and then I'll come back with my counterpoints.
Yeah, yeah, no, that's if anything, that's ever since since that video released, and you also have to listen to the court filings as well too. So there's a conversation to be discussed there, but you really gotta listen to all the video, look at all the footage, as well as listen to the court documents as well too, because a lot of people didn't watch the court case, and if you watch the court case, you're gonna come away with a different reaction versus what the media wants you to react to. So. But
But taking
but
it
yeah,
back to Hogan real quick, TR, if you are emotionally attaching yourself to any celebrity, I
true.
personally think that's kind of goofy in the first place, if we're being honest.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of any celebrity that I can just be like, okay, you're doing too much. Like, and it's hard for me. Like, I can, like I said, I mean, like the whole R. Kelly, like not that I'm an R. Kelly fan, but I understand why people. I understand when they say they can make the determination though, but it's just weird how people went out on a limb with Hulk Hogan. It was just crazy to me.
I do know some people that took it pretty hard when Chadwick Boseman died. I get that one. I've never heard anybody say anything bad
Or
about Kobe.
Kobe.
A lot of people took the Kobe thing. They forgot about Colorado. Like they completely forgot about Colorado with Kobe.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
both things can be true. It happened, and he's one of the greatest to ever pick up a basketball. It's a nuanced conversation.
Well, if we're really gonna have that conversation, Richard Pryor, like,
People seem to forgot about that too. It
yeah,
all goes
Richard,
up. If you
um,
want to go down this slippery slope of
James
casting
Brown,
people for crazy things, if they don't even get me started on him.
yeah,
But he's still one of the greatest to ever do it.
yeah, or
Like,
Michael Jackson. If you really go down that road,
hey,
there's a
look,
lot of people.
as a big MJ fan, I'm gonna tell y'all this. Absol, he said this multiple. He was one of the kids. He's a rapper on TDE. He was there. He said none of that stuff happened. He was just he was a little bit weird, like a grown adult, still acting like a kid. But he said none of that stuff ever happened. That's
Yeah,
all made up and fabricated.
yeah, no, there's some adult some conversation that came out after MJ had passed that people never told any of these stories. Though I'm like, man, that kind of makes sense. So, but yeah, I think that's where we're gonna leave things at now. So,
Yeah, we didn't even get
uh,
to Meg the Stallion, but we'll end it there.
oh man, damn. Yeah. All right. So I think Sunday night's going to kind of be the night for a couple times, but we're gonna try to do some things differently as usual. So last words, MC.
Yeah, we won't be here next week, but we'll be back the following week, and we still cooking on some things in the future too. So bear with us.
All right, everyone. Talk to you later.
Peace.